For my read and respond assignment, I read Leading Women Who Wound by Sue Edwards and Kelly Matthews. One of my biggest takeaways from the book is that conflict is part of the human experience. I was instinctively brought to John 16:33, where Jesus says, "In this world you will have trouble, but take heart, for I have overcome the world." So trouble and conflict always awaits all people, especially people of influence. It is not out of the ordinary, and it's no indication of any kind of wrongdoing from a receiver or from an instigator. And a good perspective takeaway I had from the book is that many women blame themselves for conflict. So it's important for me as a leader, as a male leader, to be cognizant to diffuse those times of insecurity. The second takeaway I had from the book is to prepare for conflict. One of the best ways I had, one of the biggest takeaways is to prepare for conflict is even just the general awareness that conflict is always coming. And a good way to be proactive in that is to go ahead and develop systems of truth and a thick skin so that when those times come, we can navigate them well. A third preparation I had and a third takeaway is to prepare by establishing respect. Godly people are always people who follow the direction of their leaders, and so that they can rest assuredly that whatever outcome comes will ultimately be what God's best is for us. A good quote I had from chapter 8 is that courtesy dictates that both parties are heard at the same time. So when respect is already in place, both people are being adhered to, both people are being heard, and both people are being respected because they respect the authority of that leader. Fourth takeaway I had is to prepare leaders to be skilled peacemakers. Obviously, I was brought to the Beatitude where Jesus says, "Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called children of God." And a good way to be proactive in that is to go ahead and practice peacemaking in our everyday lives. I was reminded that it's better to be righteous than right. And as the book says, skilled peacemakers do not fear conflict, but see it as an opportunity for growth and understanding. Peacemakers, when offended, are prepared emotionally, prepared prayerfully, and are quick to respond because of their preparation. And peacemakers in their response are always having control over emotional responses. My fifth takeaway is that as a man, it is important to understand the other side of made in the image of God. So I can become naive to the fact that the way that I navigate the world is the only route to do so. And as a man, the way that I think through my emotions is the only means to do so again. And the way the other gender, in fact, does also is reflective of the character of God, although it may be different than mine. So a good way to be proactive in doing that is to prioritize emotional and spiritual well-being, especially in group dynamics in ministry, as important for all people, so that women can already feel that their emotional and spiritual well-being are being protected and prioritized. This ultimately will provide an environment where peace is always more likely to prevail.